Check this out, man. Let's talk about anxiety and depression. Why are people are struggling with anxiety, depression? What's going on here, man? What's the problem? There's a lot of reasons why a lot of people, might say they have this anxiety, depression, but a lot of times it's like sitting, in solitude and understanding, what it is, where it's coming from. And most of the time, the people that I talk to, and I experience it myself, it's out of boredom, it's out of being unhappy with the life that you're currently living right now, that you're currently, living right now. Get that, So the only reason why most people, are depressed, they don't like where they're at. They don't like the situation they're in right now. They have anxiety. They're forcing an outcome that they haven't got yet. They're pushing hard, maybe in an area, maybe working every day, day on, day out, day in, day out, and they don't make ends meet. They live paycheck to paycheck. That creates anxiety. They don't understand why they can't get ahead. They don't understand why they're playing catch up all the time. You have to sit in solitude and really sit down with yourself and start asking yourself these questions, man. What is it that I want? Why is it that I don't have it yet? What do I have to do to get it? A lot of people ain't thinking. A lot of people are just having these, negative emotions come into play, and you let that shit just destroy you, put you in a bad mood, put you in a depressed state, put you in an anxiety state of mind, of like just desperation, no patience. It all comes because you ain't happy with the life that you're currently living. Get that. And the only way that you're going to push through is through the work. What needs to be done? But you need to know what to do. A lot of times people want change and they don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. Every day you have a task to adhere to. But if you don't have anything planned, you're just waking up, you're confused. You don't even know what to eat. You don't even know what this day is going to bring, because there is no blueprint to follow. There's no purpose. You got to bring some purpose in your life. And the only way that you're going to start doing that is by working on yourself first. You got to create the 10.0 you. You got to, have that self-love, self-worth, self-investment, self-respect within self, in order for you to fight and kick all those negative emotions out of your head, man. There's no other way. There's no pill. I mean, there's substances that people go and master pain. That's why people will go smoke a joint, go drink, because they want to drift away from that situation that they're in. Whether it's a lot of problems, with money, in the household. It all comes from being unhappy. It all comes from not being in content with yourself, in contentment and inner peace, having that peace of mind. All that takes work. You cannot avoid the work. You go to a therapist, same thing. You still got to put in the work. You could go to these groups, these communities that they have there that help you with mental stress, that help you with all these emotions that people have: sadness, hurt, resentment, a lot of shit that just drags you down, that pulls you down. You got to be able to lift yourself up, and that's going to come through working on you. It's going to be, putting in the work day in, day out. And how do you put the work day in, day out? 5 steps that I do here on myself and that we do with all my team members is waking up earlier, giving yourself that time, giving yourself that hour of solitude, that hour of you just reading something positive. So it's early wake up time, reading something positive. That's 2. The third one, eating a healthy meal. Everybody forgets about that, man. You're putting in your body all these unhealthy meals that are going to drag you down, that's going to make you feel bad, not only internally, but emotionally. Because a lot of people, that's what they do when they're feeling sad. They start eating junk. So now you're feeling worse. So that's 3. And then the 4th one is exercising. Exercising, you have to move the body. You got to make yourself feel proud that you actually, did something, that, it's working, that it's working internally. And people are like, oh, how's a workout working internally? Like, how is that going to help me? It's the mindset created through the workout. It's the endorphins, it's the blood flow that you get from putting in that work. Something that people see it as a chore, see it as work. A workout is something that's going to give you that peace of mind, that you're going to gain that clarity. People don't understand how important it is, physical activity, such as going on walks, playing a sport, joining a team, a community that keeps you busy, keeps you moving. It's what people are missing. You got to be this, you got to stay busy. And busy just doesn't mean just doing shit that doesn't even, have a benefit. Don't just waste your time being busy on stuff that doesn't help you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because there's a lot of people that put in the work and they still unfulfilled. They still don't know why they're stuck. Just like like people that, they work hard at their job. They're there every day grinding, pulling 15 hours, coming home and still trying to put in that work with their passion. But then they get burned out. They don't have a plan. They don't have a system to follow so they could start seeing the changes. If you're just spinning your wheels, if you're just going with the motions and hoping something to happen, without a plan, it's going to be a lot more difficult. It's going to be a lot more harder for you to get that outcome. Because now you're playing the guessing game. And that's when you get frustrated. That's when you get pissed. That's when you get angry. That's when you start losing motivation. If there is no plan that you're following, that someone did, and you actually seen him change and it worked for him, then you're just foolish because you're putting in that work, unnecessary work, which it might take double the time if it does happen, if you do stick to the plan, or if not, you're just gonna quit. And this is when these emotions come into play. You start getting depressed, sad, angry, because it didn't work. You feel like a failure. All that shit brings you down. You're vibing with low energy because you got yourself there. So even if you're working towards something that's going to build you emotionally, physically, spiritually, but it's little minor steps that this person gave you a blueprint to adhere to, something that it's going to work because it worked for him, so why wouldn't it work for you? Now you're progressing. Now it's just fighting and pushing through when you don't feel like doing it. It's just building that discipline within self. So all this comes down to, are you going to be a victim or a victor? Because all this depression that comes about, this anxiety that comes about, is because you just ain't in a happy state of being of, whether it's financially, whether it's how you look, whether it's how you feel. It all stems from not being happy with yourself. That's why these emotions come into play. Pay attention to that. And like I said, always ask yourself, what is it that I want? Why don't I have it? And what is it that I got to do to get it? Run it.